Hey guys, what's up? There are a lot of JRPGs out there that are still exclusive to Nintendo systems that I think will be great if we could have them all on the Switch. Now, because you guys know I'm a die-hard Fire Emblem fan, of course the entire series would have been my number one, but that would have been too predictable, so I'll refrain from this occasion and just present them all as an honorable mention. Specifically these two, which I think are the most expensive and hard to find of them all, that I think need a Switch release like yesterday. Alright, there are 10 more JRPGs that I still need to cover, so let me introduce them to you all, and let's begin! Number 10, Golden Sun 1 and 2. These two are beloved classics among the most popular on the Game Boy Advance. They were re-released digitally on the Wii U, but that's it. They're famous for being traditional, full of puzzles and charming stories. I think a couple of remastered versions of each will sell wonders on the Switch, or at the very least a collection with both of them, hopefully with a physical release as well. But if we're talking about a collection, if they could throw in the third game as well, I wouldn't mind. I don't think it's a bad game at all, but that's just me. In any case, I think any type of release of these two memorable RPGs will be bonkers, especially since they could benefit from a good remaster considering some of their mechanics, particularly the puzzles, are a little bit outdated. Number 9, Super Mario RPG. This game has been re-released on several occasions to later systems, at least digitally. It was there on the Wii Virtual Console, then on the Wii U Virtual Console, and finally on the SNES Mini. So besides emulation, there are several ways to play this game. Does it really need a Switch release? It's a Mario game, RPG by Squaresoft, overly popular and beloved. Yes, it does. At least throw it into the Super Nintendo emulator on the Switch. It's bare bones when it comes to the genre, and this game will be a great addition to it. What I really want though is a remaster, not a remake or a simple port, a graphically enhanced version so it can look just as beautiful as it did back in the day, but in 720p. That's all it needs really, as the game's perfect in terms of balance, challenge, gameplay and controls. Super Mario RPG is a timeless masterpiece. Number 8, Devil Survivor 1 and 2. Well, this pair is on two systems already, Nintendo DS and 3DS, so maybe we're fine not having them on the Switch, but the original DS versions are brutally hard and unforgiving sons of bitches, while the 3DS versions remain the best ones out there to play because they include a rebalanced mode, which is still very challenging, and the original infuriating mode. The problem is that the 3DS versions went up in price. Emulating 3DS is hard because Nintendo always does the impossible to fight it, but at least you can still do it. What about the people who don't want to emulate them or that don't even own a 3DS? Is it okay to keep them away from these two amazing masterpieces? You'd say that it's Atlus, that it's Shin Megami Tensei, but hey, Nocturne did get a remaster on the Switch, right? Does that mean not all hope is lost and we'll probably see these two on the Switch one day? Or at least a Devil Survivor 3? And since we're talking about Shin Megami Tensei now, how about I include this duology, which is exclusive to the 3DS, and both of them are somewhat pricey today. Apocalypse especially. It is a direct sequel to the neutral ending of the original game. It continues on with the story and the consequences of the war between demons, angels and humans. Unlike Devil Survivor 1 and 2, which have nothing to do with each other, these two are directly related. So I'm afraid porting only Shin Megami Tensei 4 to the Switch wouldn't make Apocalypse justice at all. In terms of gameplay, it's a much better game since it doesn't force you to do side quests half of the time. Either way, both games are amazing and together they make one of the best stories ever written for a 3DS game. Come on man, the PAL versions of these games are crazy expensive nowadays. Number 6. Terra Enigma. Terra Enigma is an action RPG that still remains exclusive to Japan and Europe on the SNES. It never received an official North American release. Sure, you can easily emulate it and it plays totally fine, but I think most people will play it even more on the Switch. There are a lot of RPGs that were never released in Europe, but current remasters or digital re-releases have helped them play them, right? Why not Terra Enigma, especially since it's the other way around? It never made it overseas. In fact, how about the entire Quintet trilogy remastered on it? Or at least a collection with the 3? Soul Blazer and Illusion of Gaia should definitely be up there as well, and they could easily benefit a lot from coming back, as they seem to be extremely forgotten RPGs nowadays. Number 5. Ogre Battle 64. I can't even begin to fathom the stupidity of releasing this great game exclusive to the 64. No one cares about the 64 when it comes to RPGs. There's only like 6 out there and half of them are bad. Paper Mario and Ogre Battle are the only, let's say, rescuable, so I think they should be, well, rescued. Ogre Battle 64 is such a unique experience, and it's an excellent successor to the original Super Nintendo release, which was also ported to the PlayStation, by the way, but this one is better in my opinion, and staying exclusive to a system RP gamers don't give a rat's ass about, it's so unfair. It was developed by Quest Corporation, which was bought by Square fucking Enix in 2002. So Square fucking Enix holds the rights to this game, right? We've seen dozens of their games being ported, remastered, or remade on Nintendo consoles. I can't believe Ogre Battle 64 hasn't been one of them. Number 4. Radiant Historia. Another game that was released on both the DS and 3DS, the 3DS version being a remake of it, with different art style, a new character, several quests involved, and rebalanced difficulty. Original version was critically acclaimed, but it didn't sell that much. It came to the point where the game was more of a hidden gem than anything. Along came the successful 3DS port that's kinda pricey nowadays, but at least it threw the game into popularity and people know about it. If a game like The Alliance Alive made it, if obscure games like Langrisser 1 and 2 made it, why not Radiant Historia? However, it's an Atlus game, so we know they rarely port games to modern systems, so I guess we should at least be thankful that it got a 3DS remake. Truth of the matter is, Nintendo probably sees it this way. If there's already 2 portable versions of this game out there, why would you need one more? Well, there isn't a TV console version of it, that's why. I just want to see it on my TV, man. It will look freaking beautiful. Number 3. Baten Kaitos. Yeah, both, cause why the hell not? In modern day, several hidden gems or very obscure games have been ported to the Switch. Not the critically acclaimed Baten Kaitos games. However, critically acclaimed doesn't mean commercially successful. That's right, these 2 didn't sell very well. Origins was going to be released on the Wii, but Nintendo turned its back on it and left it on the GameCube. To date, both games are still exclusive to it, and we've never seen them anywhere else. And they continue to go up in price, and not everybody can easily emulate GameCube games, you know? Namco has the rights to these 2, unfortunately, and they aren't exactly known for bringing back to life games from the past, unless they're freaking Pac-Man. And maybe some Tales games here and there. Just imagine a Switch port of these 2 amazing games, which in my opinion are among the best JRPGs on the GameCube out there. Number 2. Xenoblade Chronicles X. This one is still exclusive to the Wii U, one of Nintendo's biggest failure consoles of all time. Why the hell is he still there? There's no other way to play this game. Rumors came out not too long ago about a remaster on the Switch, but they were just that, rumors. What happened is that during an interview, Tetsuya Takahashi, director of Monolith Soft, was asked about it. but he came forward with full transparency and said there's just no money for it. The amount of time and effort to reconfigure the game to the Switch will be very difficult due to its massive size. Seriously? Money is an issue? Money is an issue for one of the most overly successful RPG series out there? Well, okay, that's too bad, because I'm pretty sure a Switch version will sell like crazy. I really want to play this game and I've barely touched it because I don't have a Wii U. And I am not going to buy a Wii U just to play this game. And I'm pretty sure hundreds of thousands of people agree. Number 1. The Last Story. If there's one legendary game that's currently forgotten, is The Last Story, Mist Walker's last JRPG for a console system, and the last story ever written by Hironobu Sakaguchi, hence the name. When it came out, it was a commercial success, initially way more than Xenoblade Chronicles. Some complaints were there about the controls, but the players soon found out that they could change them to manual. Over the course of time, Xenoblade's popularity finally overshadowed it, and The Last Story became a forgotten gem. It's still exclusive to the Wii, unlike its fruitful competition, and it's one of the best on the system. If only Mist Walker wasn't a lame-ass company nowadays producing RPGs for goddamn phones, they could approach Nintendo and work something out. It's probably the one that needs it the most in the entire list, alongside Xenoblade Chronicles X. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. See you next time!